While men are often stereotypically portrayed as the initiators, women can, and frequently do, take the lead in signaling desire and seduction. If you're wondering whether a woman is making a deliberate effort to seduce you, there are specific signs you can watch for. Seduction isn't always about physical gestures. It's a layered dance involving body language, words, attention, and timing. Here are 5 signs she's trying very hard to seduce you. Number 1, she touches you frequently and deliberately. Seduction often begins not with grand gestures or dramatic proclamations, but with something far subtler: touch, among the many nonverbal cues people use to signal romantic interest. Touch holds a powerful and universally understood place. When a woman is deeply engaged in the art of seduction, one of the clearest indicators lies in how she uses physical contact. It's rarely random. Instead, it's a strategic, deliberate act aimed at creating intimacy and igniting desire. If you find that a woman frequently initiates touch, it may be more than simple friendliness or casual affection. These touches are often small and seemingly innocuous, yet they carry immense weight. She might brush a speck of lint off your jacket or gently touch your hand. When making a point, each instance of contact is typically accompanied by a contact or a warm smile, which adds layers of meaning. Also, these gestures tend to feel more intentional than accidental. They often linger slightly longer than what's customary in platonic interactions. The quality of these touches speaks volumes. They are usually light, slow, and precise, as if meant to be felt, not just physically but emotionally. There's a kind of tenderness in how she might run her fingers along your sleeve or adjust your collar, as though she's signaling care and attention. Additionally, the context matters. These gestures are often timed perfectly, occurring when she's trying to establish a more personal, emotionally charged atmosphere. They're not just reactive, they're proactive, inviting you to notice her presence in a more intimate way. Furthermore, repeated and deliberate touch suggests a desire to close both emotional and physical distance. It's an ancient, almost primal form of connection. Humans are wired to respond to touch, especially when it comes from someone we're attracted to. When a woman is attempting to seduce, she intuitively leverages this form of communication through subtle brushes, casual caresses, and seemingly innocent contact. She's testing the waters, gauging your response, seeing if you reciprocate, and building anticipation. This pattern of behavior becomes especially telling when you notice it happening consistently. Perhaps every time you laugh together, her hand finds your arm, or when you're saying goodbye, her hug lingers just a second longer than it might with others. It's in these repeated, soft physical gestures that her intentions begin to reveal themselves. Also consider the emotional atmosphere these touches create. They soften boundaries, lower defenses, and deepen the connection between you both. In sum, when a woman frequently and deliberately touches you, it's not a random or thoughtless act. It is more often than not an intentional invitation, a quiet but unmistakable signal of her interest and attraction. Through this nuanced, tactile language, she may be expressing far more than words ever could number. 2, she dresses to impress specifically around you. When trying to understand if a woman is making a concerted effort to seduce you, one of the most telling signs lies in how she chooses to present herself, particularly in your presence. Her appearance becomes more intentional, often tailored to attract your attention. She may not say it outright, but her wardrobe choices can speak volumes about her intentions. When a woman dresses to impress specifically around you, it's rarely a coincidence. You might begin to notice subtle yet deliberate changes in her style. For instance, she may opt for outfits that are more revealing or body-hugging than what she typically wears. These choices are not necessarily about fashion alone. They're often aimed at highlighting her physical features in ways she believes will catch your eye. A dress with a slightly lower neckline, form-fitting jeans, or even a splash of color she knows you like could all be carefully chosen to appeal to your senses. Additionally, her attention to detail may become more pronounced. She might start experimenting with bolder makeup styles, choosing shades that complement her features while also drawing attention to them. Lipstick in a more vibrant hue or eye makeup that adds a touch of drama can signal a desire to stand out in your eyes. Her grooming may also seem more refined. Perhaps her hair is freshly styled, her nails perfectly manicured, or her skin glowing from a new skincare routine. These enhancements, though they may seem small, often reflect a conscious effort to become more alluring. Furthermore, scent plays a powerful role in attraction, and a woman trying to seduce you may begin wearing a new perfume. Something designed to leave a lingering impression, fragrance has the ability to create an intimate and memorable experience. And she may choose one that's subtly yet captivating, ensuring that you notice when she's near her goal is not just to be seen, but to be remembered even after she's walked away. Also worth noting is how she seeks your validation. If she frequently asks your opinion on her appearance, whether she casually wonders how her dress looks, or playfully asks if you noticed her new hairstyle, there's a good chance she's fishing for your admiration. These questions are not random. They're often strategic invitations for you to acknowledge her efforts. Your response matters to her, not just as feedback, but as a clue that her attempts are succeeding ultimately. While anyone may enjoy looking good from time to time, the consistency and context of these changes are key when a woman makes noticeable shifts in her style, specifically when she knows she'll see you. It's often a deliberate gesture. She's not just dressing up, she's dressing for you. And when her appearance becomes a canvas for flirtation and subtle seduction, it's a strong indication that she's trying very hard to capture your attention and perhaps your affection. Number 3, she creates private opportunities. Seduction at its core is a dance of subtlety and intent, while words and gestures often play a role. It is frequently the creation of space, both literal and emotional, that truly reveals someone's deeper desires. One of the clearest indicators that a woman may be trying very hard to seduce you is when she intentionally crafts private opportunities for just the two of you. This behavior, though sometimes understated, speaks volumes. A woman who is looking to seduce may not come right out and say so. Instead, she allows the moments to speak for her. If she's inviting you over for a quiet night in, or proposing an evening where the two of you cook together or watch a movie at her place, she is suddenly setting the stage for intimacy. These aren't just convenient plans. They're curated moments meant to encourage closeness and emotional connection. Additionally, these private invitations suggest that she feels comfortable enough with you to share her personal space, an important signal of trust and interest. Furthermore, how she frames these situations can be quite telling. While the premise may seem innocent, a new recipe she wants to try, or a film she's excited to show you, the underlying goal is often to create a setting where the conversation can flow. Physical closeness is natural, and distractions are minimal. She knows that seduction isn't just about physical cues. It's about creating an atmosphere where chemistry can unfold naturally. Also worth noting is the consistency with which she seeks out these one-on-one experiences. If she repeatedly finds reasons to spend time alone with you and seems to prefer your company in more intimate environments over group settings, she may be doing so with a very specific emotional and physical intent. Her actions suggest that she wants the freedom to engage with you in a way that wouldn't be possible with others around. In many cases, these private opportunities are accompanied by small but meaningful gestures, lingering eye contact, soft touches, shared laughter that would not be as powerful or as easily expressed in a more public or social setting. By narrowing the focus to just the two of you, she is also eliminating competition for your attention, giving you both the space to explore a connection more deeply. Ultimately, these efforts are rarely accidental. A woman who goes out of her way to orchestrate time alone with you is likely making a conscious choice. She is planting the seeds of desire through context and opportunity, hoping the intimacy of the moment will lead to something more seduction after all. Often thrives in privacy when she repeatedly seeks out that private space with you. She's doing more than extending an invitation. She's opening the door to something deeper. Number 4, her language becomes suggestive or playfully flirty. When it comes to understanding whether a woman is intentionally trying to seduce you, one of the most telling signs lies in the way she uses her words. Her language becomes suggestive or playfully flirty, signaling more than just casual conversation. Words, after all, are not merely a means of communication. They can be instruments of intimacy, charged with emotion, layered with meaning, and used deliberately to test boundaries or hint at desire. A woman who is trying hard to seduce often begins to play with language in subtle but noticeable ways. This may come across in the form of teasing innuendos or comments that dance just on the edge of propriety. She might toss out a joke that carries a double meaning or make remarks that seem harmless on the surface but are laced with underlying sensuality. Also, the tone she adopts often adds another layer to these exchanges. Her voice may drop, slightly become softer or more conspiratorial, as if the two of you are sharing a secret. Additionally, she may begin to frame certain comments with disclaimers, like, I probably shouldn't be saying this. But these words serve a dual purpose. They allow her to introduce a flirtatious or slightly risque idea, while also giving her the cover of plausible deniability. It's a subtle but effective way of probing your response. She's testing whether you're receptive to a more flirtatious dynamic without overtly committing to anything herself. Furthermore, compliments from her might take on a new tone. Instead of generic praise, she may begin to comment on traits that are more personal or intimate. Telling you that you're dangerous or charming isn't just small talk. It's a carefully chosen way of acknowledging your appeal while simultaneously inviting you to notice her interest. These kinds of remarks often suggest she's not only paying attention to how you look or act, but she's also thinking about the impact you have on her. What makes this kind of flirtation powerful is its ambiguity. Suggestive language allows her to maintain a sense of playful mystery. She's not being overtly direct, but she's also not entirely hiding her intentions. The thrill for both of you comes from reading between the lines, from catching the hidden meanings, and from enjoying the slow unraveling of mutual interest in conversations like these. It's not always about what's said, but how it's said. Her eyes may linger as she delivers a teasing remark, or her laughter might come just a beat too long after a joke suggesting there is more at play than mere humor. These are the moments where flirtation becomes a language of its own, filled with subtle cues and layered meanings. Ultimately, when her language shifts from neutral to suggestively playful, it's often her way of creating a private little world between the two of you. One where rules can bend, where chemistry bubbles just beneath the surface, and where every word becomes an invitation to lean in closer. Number 5, she's always available and prioritizes you when trying to understand whether a woman is making a genuine effort to seduce you. One of the most telling signs lies in her availability and the way she prioritizes your presence in her life. A woman who is truly invested in capturing your attention will suddenly and sometimes overtly rearrange her life to make room for you. This shift in behavior often feels effortless, but it's typically quite deliberate, designed to signal just how important you've become. In her thoughts, she might begin by responding to your messages with remarkable speed. While some people are naturally quick texters, when a woman is trying to seduce you, her responsiveness becomes more noticeable and consistent. It isn't just about replying fast, it's about the tone, enthusiasm, and engagement she brings to the conversation. She wants to show you that your words matter, and more importantly, that you matter. Additionally, she may start adjusting her schedule around your plans. She previously considered firm might suddenly become flexible. When the opportunity to spend time with you arises, she might cancel a dinner with friends, reschedule a workout, or skip a meeting just to have a chance to be around you. These choices aren't always overtly stated, but they're often revealed through small hints or last-minute suggestions that seem unusually convenient for you. Also, you may notice her presence in places where you didn't expect her, but where she knows you'll be. Maybe she runs into you at your usual coffee shop or decides to attend an event you casually mentioned in passing. These encounters might appear spontaneous, but when they happen repeatedly, it becomes evident that she's intentionally placing herself in your path. It's her way of creating opportunities for connection and of keeping herself visible and memorable in your daily life. Furthermore, late-night phone calls or texts that seem casual on the surface can carry deeper implications when she reaches out during those quiet hours, when most people are winding down or sleeping. It often means you're occupying her thoughts when she's most unguarded. These moments aren't just about conversation. They're about intimacy. By initiating contact when the world is quiet, she's suddenly inviting you into her more personal, vulnerable space. All of these behaviors combine to paint a clear picture. She is not only making time for you, but she is making you a priority. Her actions are purposeful, not passive. Whether it's through constant communication, sudden changes in her routine, or deliberate appearances in your orbit, she's showing you often without words that she's drawn to you and wants you to feel the same pull toward her. This kind of attention and dedication is rarely accidental. It's a conscious effort rooted in desire and the hope of mutual attraction. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for future video.